I'm Jenna, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Injinji Toesocks, and more specifically, their Trail series. This Trail series is going to come in a midweight and have 2 different height options so that you can find whatever works best for you. But before we get into the specific details of each of these toe socks, let's talk about the benefits and why you should add these to your gear closet. The 3 main benefits of toe socks can actually be found on all of their cardboard packaging: blister prevention, total foot utilization, and moisture management. But what all does that really mean and how does it work? Let's get into it. Using their patented 5-toe technology, Injinji Toesocks keeps each toe separated, which is going to reduce friction and prevent blisters. Moisture is managed thanks to the performance sweat wicking fibers that you can find in the CoolMax EcoMade technology. And when we are talking about the total foot utilization, that just means that these toe socks allow for your toes to splay and align naturally, which is going to lend to all-day comfort and longevity. Basically, you can use your toes more freely when they each have their own space. The Injinji Trail series was really designed with off-road running in mind. The midweight cushion is really great to protect your feet on technical trails while not feeling too bulky at the same time. That patented 5-toe technology is going to be really great with blister prevention and for reducing friction, which is really ideal when trail running because you're going to be encountering a lot of uneven terrain. So you'll notice on all of these socks, you're going to find an arch band that's going to be really great for arch support and added stability. And then lastly, these socks are going to come in a mini crew and crew height. That's really up to you and your personal preference. So now that we understand the technology and why these toe socks should be added to your gear closet, let's go through the series as a whole and see which one is right for you. So as I mentioned before, you're going to find 2 different heights in this series. The first is going to be the mini crew, that's going to come up to about your ankle height, and then the second is going to be crew height, which comes up to about the mid-calf, mid-shin. The other thing to note about this series is that you're going to have 2 different fits. There's going to be a unisex sizing and a women's sizing. And what's really important to note is that the women's sizing isn't necessarily just for women, it just means that it's going to be a little bit more narrow of a fit and then additionally have shorter toes. So if you're someone with a more narrow foot, this is going to be a great option for you. First up, we have the Trail Midweight Mini Crew. This is going to be one of the best sellers at Injinji, and for a lot of good reasons. It has a double cuff, which is really ideal to prevent trail debris, because you know how when you start running sometimes you kick up leaves, sticks, things like that. This is going to keep all of that out. Additionally, like we talked about before, it's going to have that arch support and it's going to help prevent blisters and friction. Next up, for people with a more narrow foot, we have the Women's Trail Midweight Mini Crew, and this is going to be another great option, like we said, for someone with a more narrow foot, but again, it's going to feature that double cuff and the arch support, so keeping out trail debris and keeping you fully stabilized. An important thing to keep in mind is that this toe sock is going to have all the same benefits as the unisex sizing, but like we said, just a little bit more narrow and shorter toes for those with a smaller foot. Moving on to our crew height, these socks are going to come up to about the mid-calf, mid-shin, and these are also going to be featured in a unisex and a women's sizing. So first up, we're going to have the Trail Midweight Crew Sock, and this is also going to have that really great top band that's going to keep out the debris. We're going to have that arch support for stability, and additionally, these are Courtney DeWalter's go-to sock. Next to that, we are going to have the Women's Trail Midweight Crew, and again, same exact benefits, just a little bit more narrow and shorter toes for those with smaller feet. It's important to note that with the Trail series, you get to choose your toe sock height and fit based on your personal preferences. So keep in mind that if you have a more narrow foot, lean towards the women's sizing. Otherwise, go for the unisex sizing that's going to fit a more broad range. Toe socks in the Trail series are going to be offered in a wide variety of colors and patterns that are released seasonally. So whether you're into tall and bright or short and simple, there's going to be a sock in the collection for you. If you're wondering, are these just the toe socks that I wore in middle school? The short answer is no. Injinji toe socks are much more intentionally designed, contoured, and meant to fit the shape of your foot. Give these a try and you'll see the difference. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something new about Injinji toe socks, and until next time, treat your feet and try something new.